Hey YouTube, it's Rob. I have a video here for you that should shatter plate tectonics like a glass plate because of what I'm going to show you about Yellowstone Park and an image from the other side of the Pacific Ocean. But let me start with this here. If you notice here in North America, up in Canada, on the western side here, you can see what is a crisscross pattern, an image. Okay, there's mountains here, all that stuff, and there's this crisscross image here, and it looks exactly like what it is. If you take pretzel dough and you're to spin it, you're going to get a crisscross image like that. Everybody's seen it. So let me show you what happens when I line up this crisscross image with another crisscross image from the opposite side of the Pacific Ocean. You can see that that lines up right there, right? You can see how this is a point, this is a point. When I line that up, you can see that these are the same distance apart as this underneath is. You can see the crisscross pattern line up, and then lo and behold, you can see that the underwater land features match this area right here, all the way to the Great Lakes. You can actually see these like they're going around it. You can see the outline of the Great Lakes kind of through this, and then it comes back around through near Mississippi, and there's Florida. But you can see how that lines up. I've gotten people that tell me that they don't see these alignments. Well, they're there. You can see that right there. You can see that, and I showed you guys how to do your own overlays so that you can double check and verify that I'm right or wrong. But you can see how these images look and fit into one another. It's really not that difficult to see. What I really want to show you though is Yellowstone Park right here. They claim it's a super volcano, but you see how Yellowstone Park is connected to, it looks like a rose connected to a stem that hooks like that. Well, when I match this up right there, guess who matches up with Yellowstone Park? Perfect too, by the way. Look. Okay. Right there, that alone discredits plate tectonics 100%. And any geologist should know that when they see that. And but there's more to this picture. Okay, I said that this was like pretzel dough, and it's rotating. Well, remember in my other videos with Africa, I showed you that Africa corkscrewed. The process that made it was corkscrewing, and this is no different because this is the same process. So let me show you what happens when I corkscrew this image down or up North America. Here's the reverse of it, and you can see that the distance is the same here with the features underneath it, and it lines up right here. See that? I have a troll that claims that he can't see these alignments, and I showed you that. Look at this right here. You can see that these inner marks are related to these right here on the reversed image. But what's really cool is that on this other reversed image here, you see this area where there's debris flung out on the sides here, and then there's a clean spot like something's been pulled out of it. Well, when I line that up with Yellowstone Park, you can see that these features line up here too. Again, they claim that Yellowstone Park is a super volcano, I'm telling you, it's the eye of a vortex. Actually, it's not a supervolcano, and it's a plasma vortex. What they base the volcano part on is because that's all they've ever seen in geology is what they see now is mountains exploding. Well, this isn't a mountain that exploded. This is a whole area. This is different. This is different than what we see. So to assume that this is a volcano is actually not scientific method. Okay, because they're assuming that because they see volcanoes now that everything must be like a volcano, and because they know that this is a area of energy released, they assume that it must be a giant volcano, but it can't be. This is an electrical discharge, probably at the pole. And that's the other thing, is because I'm showing you this, you can see how this aligns, and this cannot be that old because these alignments are precise. And you can literally count how many revolutions here of this corkscrewing took place if you really want to find out. And it may be that each one of these revolutions may be 24-hour period, because that's how long it takes our Earth to rotate. So you could probably guess, if this is accurate, how many days it took to make this planet. And I don't think I can count more than 7 rotations of this corkscrewing effect here. So, I'm not a religious guy, but it's starting to look very similar to what is written in scriptures. Okay, about 6 days and then resting. Well, if I count 6 rotations back and forth down this continent, then it's dead on. That's just something I just wanted to show you guys, and my evidence it's absolute. There's just no way of getting around this. There's no way to discredit observable evidence like this. You can see how it lines up again because it's corkscrewing. It's going back and forth, back and forth. This planet was made quickly, and it wasn't made that long ago. You can see that in the features. Plate tectonics is something that you can't see with your eyes, so you have to take their word for it. Well, I'm showing you something that you can see with your eyes, and you can count on what your eyes see, okay, over what they claim that you can't. And it's that easy. See how this looks like a wave too, coming off of this rotation, by the way, and look how it fits, like as if it might have caused this whole area right here in Mexico, this peninsula. This is why I'm saying that there's a tunnel at one of the poles, because this reoccurring feature is showing me that there's a tunnel. You can see here, this right here, this peninsula would fit inside that tunnel like a glove. And I'm just telling you that from my experience of working on this for 2 years. I can pretty much guess what's going on fairly accurately, and I could tell you that these reoccurring patterns are screaming that there's a tunnel at probably Antarctica, just like a vortex would have one. It should be no different with this planet, especially if it's made by a vortex. So anyways, thanks for watching. I had to do a quick make on this video, so it's probably not the greatest, but you can see my evidence is absolute, and I always put it out there for a challenge for anybody to discredit it. I'm still waiting for that to happen, by the way. Thanks for watching.